and welcome. My name is Izzy. If you're new, hello. Obviously, you can't tell by the looks of me at all. You would never guess that Taylor Swift is one of my favorite artists. Never could, never would, never should. It's very mysterious of me. I never have shown it ever before a day in my life. I thought it would be fun to take all of her albums and pick a book out that I think represents that album the most and give you a fun little book rec. Can you guess which album is my favorite? Trick question, it's all of them. All of them are my favorite. Let's get started. Obviously, we're starting off with Debut, or Taylor's first album, her self-titled album. This album obviously is very country. For this album, I chose the Chestnut Spring series. I specifically am choosing Heartless out of all of them because Heartless is just my favorite. And also it's blue and it's got the guitar. Tell me that's not perfect. This one is about the oldest brother, Cade, and he is a single dad and he needs a nanny for the summer, and so this girl named Willa decides that she will be the nanny. Country vibes. Country vibes. Next we have Fearless. For Fearless, I'm choosing These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong and Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. So These Violent Delights is a Romeo and Juliet retelling in Shanghai, China in like the 1920s. Romeo and Juliet, love story. That's where I took that inspiration, fantasy vibe. And then the other one was Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This is a Regency inspired Bridgerton-esque vibes book where this girl has lost half of her soul. She doesn't feel like any anxieties or fear or anything like that, and she is very fearless. Did you see where I got that from? I'm so good. No, she's very fearless, if you will, because she literally cannot feel fear. And so she is trying to find the fairy that stole half of her soul to gain it back. This is so good. I really highly recommend. Next up is Speak Now, one of my personal faves. And obviously I had to go. This is probably not even as big surprising. And if you haven't read this book yet, I don't know what you're doing. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I had to pick it, guys. It has dragons. That's so Speak Now. If you don't know what Fourth Wing is about, it is about our main girl Violet, who is being forced to go into the writer's quadrant of this world where these writers ride dragons. And they're like kind of like the army almost of this world. She has to basically survive the school, and that, yeah, and there's other stuff that happens. Yeah. If you haven't read it, what are you doing? Go read it. Next is Red, and I'm actually really proud of myself for coming up with this book rec because I'm picking Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This is like London high society Gossip Girl drama. That's what it is. I also want to let you know, if you have not read this book, it is considered a romance book, but don't go into it thinking this is a romance. This is plainly like Gossip Girl drama, with maybe a little bit of romance, and these characters will make you so f***ing mad, okay? I feel like Magnolia and BJ, the two characters and love interests, I feel like they kind of give Red energy. I feel like they like to hurt each other just to hurt each other, and then but they also can't stop loving each other, so I feel like their love is burning red. That was so good. I feel like Red has a lot of like British undertones. During the time of her releasing Red, it was very like British London core at the time. So I feel like this also gives kind of undercurrents of Red in that sense. I feel like Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings is very red coded. Now we're getting into 1989, her pop girl era. She still is in her pop girl era. I don't know why I said it like that. I decided to pick One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is about a girl who has traveled to New York to kind of pursue, I don't know what she's pursuing. Something. She's going to pursue something. And so she's kind of like in this ass apartment with like 60,000 friends, where those friends become kind of like a found family. So you have like the friendship aspect of 1989. She meets this girl on the subway and she's like, wow, she's really cute, blah, blah, blah. But she finds out this girl is literally stuck in 1970s and is like trapped on the subway from 1970s. So it's a little bit of like a time travel, what the heck do we do kind of vibe. But I feel like this book exudes 1989 vibes. Her going to New York, 1. 2, meeting this like found family of friends from her roommates. Her meeting this girl on the subway. I don't know why that gives me 1989 vibes either, but it just does. That's what I have for that one. After 1989, we have Reputation. But I ended up choosing Powerless by Lauren Roberts. It gives Reputation vibes in the sense that this girl is literally trying to save her reputation. In a world full of powerful people, Peyton is the only powerless person. So this entire world, everyone has like some kind of power, and our main girl Peyton does not. And she's kind of pretends that she has a power. One day she is kind of forced into these trials. And so she has to kind of pretend to be a powerful person when she has no powers. Yeah, I literally picked this because I feel like our main girl, Peyton, is a very strong character. And I think this album really exuberates very like strong, like I don't give a about my reputation, but I kind of do. Reputation is definitely Powerless. After Reputation is Lover. Oh, I should have sang all of them. You would not have wanted to hear that. For Lover, I decided to choose The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochran. Cochran? I don't know. Lover is obviously the quintessential love album. I feel like these two characters are so lovey-dovey, so romancy. But this book is based about a dating reality show, kind of similar to The Bachelor, where our bachelor guy falls in love with the producer. And it's so good. This book has some of my favorite characters of all time. Highly need to read it. I'm explaining it so badly, but like, if you haven't read it, you need to go read it. So for folklore, I decided to pick The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Ooh, this is folklore to a T. The love triangle of it all, it being on the beach. I think literally August plays in The Summer I Turned Pretty at TV show. I feel like I don't need to explain this one either. I feel like a lot of people have seen either the show or read the books already. But if you haven't and you live under a rock, The Summer I Turned Pretty is about our girl named Belly, who every summer goes to a beach house with her family and some family friends. There just happens to be these two boys who are brothers who she like falls in love with both of them. Yeah, that's about it. It's a YA romance and it's a love triangle, so good luck with that. Very summer vibes. I think sometimes Belly gets on my nerves a little bit, but like whatever. But this book exudes folklore energy. Then we have Evermore. So Evermore, I decided to pick A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. This is about a girl, her father had killed some people when she was like 12 years old. Well, she's obviously not over that. Her dad goes to prison and she's kind of like f***ed up from that. So many years now later in the future, where there is now like a murderer mimicking what her dad used to do to his victims, and she is like determined to figure out who did it. This is so good. I really based this book off of No Body, No Crime from Evermore. This is like No Body, No Crime to a T, or almost to a T. Oops. I hit all 3 goals today. Hell yeah. And it kind of gives Evermore vibes to me too, just like the book does. I don't know how to explain it. It's a mystery. It's really good. I really like it. For Midnights. Midnights is a little hard for me. This album is always a little strange for me because I feel like there's not really like a whole, like a set kind of idea really a whole lot besides like it being like sleepless nights and staying up till midnight and stuff like that. But like none of the books I had read that I wanted to recommend were kind of similar to that. So I kind of went a little bit of a different vibe, and I decided to pick Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau. This is based in the 1970s, and I feel like Midnights is that 70s synth pop vibe. If you look at the promo shoots she did for Midnights, it's definitely very 70s vibe. So that's where I kind of got this from. Mary Jane is this girl who babysits for a family for one summer, and then this family kind of like opens up a lot about life and love and a lot of things. It's also very self-growth, finding a lot of new things about herself, and it's just so good. This being based in the 70s, I think that really goes with the Midnights vibes, but that's just what I was going with. Should I turn this light on? Maybe that's better. Maybe I should have done that this whole time. I don't know. The last book I have is obviously for the Tortured Poets Department, and I picked Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. If you literally have a hardback of this book and you take off the cover of it, it literally has a typewriter on it, and I think that is so cool and so cute. Divine Rivals is about Iris and Rowan, who work at the same publishing company and are both kind of fighting for this position to like become like the chief editor or something like that. I don't really remember. Iris keeps getting these secret letters from her magical typewriter. Divine Rivals is so sweet. I love the romance. It does feel like the title I Love You, It's Ruining My Life is the perfect lyric I can describe Divine Rivals. It's so good. Broke my heart multiple times too. So good though. Sorry if that was a little scatterbrainy. I was low-key trying to film this before the sun went down, but as you saw, the sun has gone down. The sun has set, and Teletubbies must say goodnight. Is that Teletubbies? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below if you think I did a pretty good job. I feel like I did pretty good. There may have been like a couple I'm like, I could have probably interchanged these out, but I feel like I killed this. And I feel like my Swifty brain, the cogs were turning. And that's kind of scary sometimes, but I think I did a good job. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.